This time on Whatever We Want, we talk about
Hawkeye Season 1, Episode 3, Echoes. We talk, spoilers, major huge big spoilers ahead. There are time codes down in the description if you would like to jump around. We talk everything from if the Kingpin's going to show up, who that uncle was to Maya Lopez. Leave a comment if you think Kingpin's going to be in it or not. We also talk about that oneer and the filmmaking techniques behind that in the chase sequence, along with certain trick arrows and references to the comics, all that and more. Enjoy! Pre-butter. Daniel, how you doing, my friend?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Probably best way I could put it. Okay, so listen.
In audio, he doesn't have much sleep. I'm recording pretty early for Daniel, 10 a.m. Woo.
So this is early for me.
Are you gonna have some energy for real? Are you gonna?
Yes, I'm gonna have energy, but
okay.
It's gonna ramp up.
This is our first Christmas month episode.
Yeah, I know.
Got
it's so
Christmas
crazy.
hat on. I've got Grogu.
Oh my god!
On my Christmas sweater.
It is December 1st. I didn't even realize.
Recording December 1st.
I see. I'm so tired. I lost track of time. But
Merry
no, so I don't have any
Christmas,
hot water.
Happy holidays.
So I'm tired, so I feel like crap.
Daniel,
I smell like
I don't want to
crap.
hear it. I want to hear energy. Come on. It's winter Christmas. All right.
Happy holidays.
We've got some things to talk about. Are you ready to jump into things?
Yes.
You may want us to talk about this or that, but we don't care. We're going to talk about whatever we want. Welcome back to Wherever We Want, the podcast where we, Jake and Daniel, two definitely henchman gentlemen, talk about movies, TV shows, behind the scenes insights, filmmaking techniques, all that jazz, and more. We're talking about Hawkeye, Season 1, Episode 3, Echoes this week.
Yeah.
But first, I don't think you were complaining about hot water or something. You didn't see my Grogu
I did.
Christmas sweater. What do you think?
I think it's pretty funny.
Thank you.
It's like a
it
little
feels like I have a
kangaroo pouch.
child on me. The child.
Wow, the child.
Yeah. All right, so we called it like that was Echo. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
I like how it started off with like her intro and like.
Well, before that, I just wanted to comment quick. I do like that, but in the Marvel intro, Shang-Chi's now in the M. So like I like that they added him into it.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, like right before the end, it like Shang-Chi's now in it. And speaking of the Shang-Chi, she actually mentions about dragons. So the dad was like, dragons aren't real. I was like, that's what you think. Shang-Chi proved that wrong.
No, then he said they're from another world. I'm like,
Yeah, how does he know? What voodoo has he got going on? Seeing Echo in school is tough. Like my mom, actually, she's a first and second grade teacher, and she last year, or maybe it was the year before, I think it was the year before, she had to teach. She had a mostly deaf child in her class, and it's just really tough. Like my mom did the best she could to like learn ASL, and they had an interpreter some days of the week, but a lot of the days she wasn't there, so my mom had to like do her best, and it's really tough for the kid. My mom said that one day that she like my mom is a very loud teacher, and her deaf child called her loud one day, and she was like, that's when I knew. That's when it got through to me that I'm a loud teacher. She like signed like that was loud or something. I don't even know how to sign it.
she like felt the vibrations of the air from your mom.
Yeah. It's like tough. It's just cool to see like her other senses, like Maya's other senses like seem to be like heightened, like in that karate scene. I think that was a really good demonstration of that. So who do you think Maya Lopez's uncle is?
I don't think it's like her actual uncle, but I think it's Kingpin.
I think you're right. He's got the suit,
like,
and also in the comics, the Kingpin takes Maya like kind of under his wing, takes in Maya after her father's killed. Her father is killed by him, but he still takes her under his wing.
Oh, well.
I also didn't realize she had a prosthetic leg before, so it's cool to see that even with like all these like disabilities, she's still kicking butt, as Mantis would say. What did she say? Kicking names, taking butts, or taking ass, or
yeah,
something?
no, that was right.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we see that Ronan killed her dad. So do you think that was Clint? Because we theorized that maybe she was Ronan before, but I guess that's not. So you think that was Clint during the events, like right before Endgame, he went around and killed her dad. So that I guess this is pretty recent. That's another thing that I do like and appreciate, that this is like a recent development that we've like throughout the course of the MCU, because I think a lot of the times when like, for example, when the Eternals came out, they were like dormant for like 7,000 years and the whole entire the MCU, and they kind of had to retcon and explain why they're now just becoming a thing like 20 or like 15 years almost into the MCU. And I like that the explanation is like built in there because this didn't happen until like a year or two ago. So she's now working on it. So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, same. It's also unique to see how she's taken up the role of the leader here.
Yeah.
Especially after her dad's passing.
That
so,
Hulk
like,
villain, the leader, right?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
big brain boy.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean. Like
After her dad.
yeah, it's so
bit the
recent.
dust.
So like yeah. So
she's kind of
it's just
new
weird
into
to
it.
think
People
about.
maybe don't respect her completely, as we see with like her. Is that her cousin or brother or something?
Right hand man. I don't know.
Right hand man. Yeah, whatever. That whole scene though, when Ronan killed her dad, it was like
That was intense.
really sad. And I felt like I was watching Up again. Like, not that someone's murdered in Up, but like just with like no dialogue, basically. Like, he was just doing sign language. It was just so silent, and the music can just take up all the audio instead of like having to balance it with dialogue. Oh my gosh.
Or even ambient sound. I think that adds like.
Honestly,
it felt like a little spooky. Like,
yeah.
With how he was just like going like we were in her shoes, like trying
As
to figure
best
out
we
what the
can
heck is
be.
going on.
Yeah.
And that was really well done.
Yeah, to be placed. That's something I think cinema and just film does like amazingly. Is like the ability to like put yourself in other people's perspectives. Not totally, of course, you can ever can, but like even that much to get that little perspective is like eye opening. Or sorry, I did not mean to make that joke ear opening. Moving on back to the take. I really like that one goon that opened up to Kate about
I had the Imagine Dragon tickets.
She does have a good point. Like, he got those tickets for himself, not for
her.
his girlfriend.
Yeah. So he's like, okay. And he just like runs off to go do what she says.
Yeah, I need a pay for her. It's cool also to see that these characters are more like, I know they did it for like a quick laugh, but like not just one-dimensional characters,
like classic goon,
even two-dimensional characters. Yeah. Like, he has a life outside of
being a goon,
being in the tracksuit gang that they thought of.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes to Imagine Dragons in tracksuits.
He gets a tracksuit for his girlfriend.
Yeah, they're a tracksuit family. Christmas card. Yeah, and then so we get the scene where Clint's escaping through the toy store. I really like that part. It was pretty creative, and it gave me a lot of like Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City vibes. I think more Arkham City. Like, I think it's like winter, like about to be Christmas, and like the Joker, like it kind of holds up in like toy stores, and it's really creepy, and it kind of reminded me of that, and I thought it was pretty cool.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but I do have to comment, the freaking shot, the
one take,
cinema shot,
the
and
one
also
take.
no, before that, I do want to talk about that. But when he's escaping still out of the toy store, and it's like sideways in the frame, I'm gonna get sideways in the frame, and he's like shooting the arrow, and then
that's right, yeah.
he's like out the window, and then he frees Kate and crashes into the ball pit. I was just like, whoa, like that was so cool.
It's really good timing there too, with how they slowed it down to put more emphasis on that shot.
Well, I think they're kind of doing this whenever there's like an epic shot. They're like slowing it down. They did it in the first episode with Kate hitting the bell tower.
Yeah.
And now they did it for this one. I really like that. I hope they kind of continue. I hope they don't overdo it, because I think it'll lose its emphasis. But I don't know. I really like that.
Just a technique adds power to the shot.
Yeah, it's about drive. It's about power. I do like when Clint does go into the ball pit. It reminded me of the Big Bang Theory of like Sheldon, like Bazinga, like popping up. And I was like, that scene would have been very different if Sheldon was shooting a bow and arrow at Leonard.
Yeah.
I also really noticed the arrow sound effects, like the fching. I don't know, like as the arrows like flew and like whizzed. That was so cool. It was like so satisfying every time. When Clint was like in the toy store doing that. But yeah, so then we get to that one you were talking about, the car chase.
Yeah, when they get the car chase and they have that one, oh my goodness, I loved how I was
just kept spinning.
Dude, it just kept spinning. I'm like trying to figure out, okay, how are they doing it? And
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
I think that they're doing it on the brakes of the not the literal brakes, but like you know how in a car how there's like the form whatever things at the back. That like when they're going between window to window, right? And then there's the structure of the car there. I think
they're
using
stitching
that.
a bunch of shots.
Yeah, they're stitching.
They're definitely stitching a few, but whatever it was amazing to watch, and just it kept spinning and like it kept tracking with the action. Like as it spun around the side, like a car would come up, and then we'd be at the front with Kate and Clint, and it was just so cool. I also liked there was like a little bit of comedy between like Kate saying things and like Clint not being able to hear it. Obviously, like a big emphasis in this episode is like deaf people and people with disabilities can overcome it, but there is some comedy and irony and that they treaded on. So I thought that was pretty funny. Like Clint just repeating exactly what Kate was saying, like with the dog. Like we should in the subway later. Like we should walk the dog.
We should walk the dog. She's just like, yeah.
That was cool. It was cool to see the trick arrows. That was such a cool sequence, just car chase in general. Like what if you could make any trick arrow, what trick arrow would you make?
Oh, that's a tough one.
One to give me money.
Yeah, honestly. An arrow that shoots out more arrows.
I liked what Kate said. Like she wanted she had the USB arrow, but she wanted like a dongle thing that it could go into, like a dongle arrow or whatever. I wonder, like, I feel like that USB arrow would still have hurt that guy that she hit with it, but it just kind of bounced off him. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's a freaking, like, if a USB on an arrow just comes shooting at me, I think I'd go through me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that hurt.
I guess it's not universal to get in that guy.
You know that thing with like the audio jack, how it has like infinite, like
yeah.
Like it can go in no matter what. So you just like I think that's the technique there. Which if you think about it, technically is an arrow still. So I guess I would just kill you.
Or make you a speaker.
but let's talk about the Pym arrow.
Oh, I
love the
sick.
way the setup for that, dude. That was crazy.
I literally, I when it like pulled back and then it rack focused to like the blue, I was like, what is that? And like, I think if I had like some time to process it, I could have figured it out. But it's all happened so quick, and like when it shot up and then it grew, I literally in my seat like out loud went whoa, and like it fell.
No, because there's a couple shots beforehand where it's like you're getting like the glow, but you didn't see the text, and then did that shot where it's like it said Pym. I was like, oh my god.
Oh really? I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. Yeah.
So when he said aim up, I'm like, no, he's not, and then he did it.
I thought even she was like showboating or something. He was like, all right, you're showboating. No, that's cool. That was cool. I also liked the Santa that like popped up back into frame. The pop-up Santa.
Sorry, Santa.
Santa's unstoppable. I think Santa is like a character in the MCU and Marvel Comics, not the MCU, that like has some mystic ability. So maybe that's a reference to him. Maybe we'll see him. Maybe he'll get Clint home for Christmas.
Maybe that's what's going to happen at the end of the series. Santa beats up Kingpin.
That would be kind of, I don't know. I don't think I'd like that though. Just kind of like Ex Machina come in out of nowhere. But anyways, so and then it's
the holiday season.
The next episode or the next part with Kate helping Clint like hear his son on the phone again. Heartbreaking. Like I feel like I just need to watch more silent movies or something, because like the no dialogue is really getting to me emotionally. But yeah, I felt bad, and
it hurt. Like even like the moment when what was it? Nate had that pause and he wasn't saying anything, and then Clint was like, "Was he saying? Was he saying?"
Yeah.
Oh,
because we could hear that like when he said something, but it's not what he was saying. Oh my gosh, yeah. I also knew as soon as she started later drawing the suit at the diner, it was gonna be the comic accurate suit. Yeah, and I wonder if they're gonna like get that in there somehow. There was one in the LARP. Yeah,
I was gonna say that. I saw the promotional stuff where there was like one in the LARP and it was like all like leathery but like accurate. So
that's cool. Maybe they'll steal his suit or something.
That'd be funny. He'd be like, you know what? This is pretty accurate to what Kate drew. Let me just yoink.
Yeah. I wonder. So I really like just in this diner scene we see like kind of this mentorship relationship happening that we haven't really seen be prominent in an MCU project. Like he's like kind of talking to her and like guiding her through things. I really hope they learn from this and use these lessons, because I think they're doing it well, but I hope they use it if and when they get around to using Peter and Miles like as that relationship, because I think that would be really cool. And it was just announced that Tom Holland is going to be doing like Spider-Man
3 more movies
films. Yeah. So maybe like by the second or third film around that, they'll get Miles in and he'll start mentoring him throughout that, and he can like trade off, and then Miles will be prominent for the next 3 or something like that.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. It's also interesting that Clint still has not told like really anyone that
He was Ronin.
And I think by the end of this, I think Kate's gonna find out somehow, like without like maybe Echo or the Kingpin will reveal it to her that Clint was Ronin, and then that'll drive like a divide between them because she'll be upset that he lied to her and that he just did all these terrible things as Ronin, and then they'll kind of have to reconcile and work past that and then work together to like beat Kingpin or Swordsman or whatever. I think might be
That might happen in the next episode because they're trying to get into the security files. They might learn that through security of like like all the cameras, because it's like big brother, you know. So like, there has to be some image of him like
taking the mask off to
mask down. Yeah, like maybe it was when
when he saw
an Endgame.
Nat. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, he wasn't really like that secretive. He just took it off in the middle of the street. To be fair though, he did kill everyone.
He's like,
yeah,
he's no witnesses.
So yeah. So then we see they're, like you said, they break into the what's it called at the end, the penthouse, and they're at Sloan. They look at Sloan Limited and they find the name Kazi Kazimzak. Again, alliteration like Marvel. He's in the comics. He's actually a clown, and he was hired by Kingpin to kill Clint. He was hired by Kingpin at one point, by the Owl was another character, and by the tracksuit vampires in the comics they were called. And he was hired to kill Clint, but he actually killed his neighbor to torment him. So I wonder if something similar might happen with that. I don't know.
He killed Clint's neighbor?
Yeah, to torment him. I guess he liked his neighbor.
Yeah, I guess.
And then we get a cliffhanger with
For me, I'd like that. I'd be like, get my neighbors out of here.
Whoa. But so we get a cliffhanger then with
my neighbors.
Jack with the Ronin sword up to Hawkeye.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen next?
I don't know, but Clint better be careful. Like, again, because it's the swordsman, so like, Kate's going to be there. I think Kate's going to maybe try to defuse it.
Well, she's going to see that he has the Ronin sword that was stolen from the auction that was supposed to be his dad, Armand's. So I think she might use that as more evidence that he killed her. He killed him, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I think Clint could get into some trouble that he broke into this place, because especially after the Sokovia Accords, like, they're not above the law. So,
but he was invited, technically.
True.
By Kate, so you can weasel your way around that.
True.
Because it is her mom's place, so like it's not that bad.
I still really hope he gets home for Christmas. I'm sad he's missing the movie night and the sweater party. And
they're trying to name the dog too. What's the dog's name in the comic?
It's Pizza Dog.
Is it Pizza Dog?
It is in the comics, Pizza Dog, and they named it Pizza Dog here too.
Nice.
We like that. Yeah, I'm really liking the show so far.
Same. It's hitting really nicely. And the one thing I don't like is at the end of every episode, I'm just like, I want more.
I know.
I gotta wait. I'm so used to just being able to go to the next one.
To binge. Yeah, unfortunately, though, this is our last episode covering Hawkeye, just for now. I forget if this has been announced previously or whatever. We've recorded so many out of order, but I'm actually moving and driving across the country. Woo! So we won't really have a chance to record the next ones as they come out. So we've recorded some other ones. I think like Captain America Civil War is next, and then some other ones after that. So there might be a little bit of break around the holidays. I'm not really sure. It's up in the air. But thank you for joining us so far on this. Yeah, are you ready for the patron shout-outs?
Yep, hit me with them.
Key up, Stars Music, Bush. We got Patron Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for watching the tier. Thank you for the shout out. If you want to support us over on Patreon, like it's down in the description. You get episodes early, the audio episode early. Plus benefits, cool perks. Also, we might come back to Hawkeye at some point. We definitely want to talk about it. Maybe like once I get settled, we can talk about the whole series and see how it ties into the rest of the MCU. We also are going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home eventually, once I get settled and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe, all that jazz and more. If you want, feel free to leave a review or a comment on Apple Podcasts for a review, or on our YouTube for the comments. Leave a comment what storylines you want progressed for for the rest of the Hawkeye series, and we will shout those out. I don't think we have any new ones, which is totally tubular, totally cool. I think that's all I had. Ready for the introduction?
Yep. Tell me when. We just talked about whatever we want to talk about, and now we're done.
Thank you so much for listening. Seriously, really, genuinely appreciate it. We will see you next time. Continuing our holiday Christmas festiveness, we got Christmas sweaters galore coming. Don't worry, at least I do. That'll be next week with Captain America: Civil War. Yeah. See you then.
I don't have sweaters, but I'll bring the energy.
You got next week. You do have for anyone that's watched this far, we have a sneak peek. Daniel has a red nose, so look forward to that. All right, goodbye.
Bye.